Thank you very much, sir, for giving us time today as we're going to talk about a very, very important issue today. And you have been advocating for the rights of the minorities for many, many years now. Recently, we see that you are advocating these rights with a lot of force and you are putting in your demands as per the Constitution of Pakistan. So, sir, I would like to invite you to please elaborate those rights that you are demanding right now.
Well, thank you very much for this time and this opportunity. First of all, I would like to greet all our viewers. And today we are going to discuss the issues that are being faced by the minorities living in Pakistan. By 1973 Constitution, the Constitution has given certain rights to the minorities living in Pakistan. But it is unfortunate that most of the rights are not implemented in true letter and spirit. You must have seen, and viewers have watched that for a couple of months. I have been advocating for specific rights, constitutional rights, which are not given to the non-Muslim Pakistanis. And for that matter, I stepped down from our largest political party, I would say PTI, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, where I was elected as the Central President for Minorities and advisor to Imran Khan on minority issues, and I was Central Executive Member of that party. Over the years, we have found that none of the political parties have contributed much or contributed up to the mark for the rights of the minorities. And the governments did not really cater the rights of the minorities. Here I would like to give a little bit of benefit of doubt to People's Party, because in their last tenure, they have approved 4 seats in the Senate. They approved 5% quota in jobs for minorities, but it is still unfortunate that that quota is not implemented in true letter and spirit. What our demands are, first of all, we have been advocating that the Ministry of Statistics or the Bureau of Statistics has not issued the census, the data of census of minorities especially. They have issued or the released data of all other segments of the society, but they hold it back for some, I would say, their intentions, with wrong intentions, I would say. Recently, in a couple of days ago, they have issued the number of voters, but they did not tell how many percent the population of minorities living in Pakistan. Here I would like to mention that when we had this partition, we got independence in 1947, the percentage of minorities were 23. So they were 23%, but over the years, they intentionally dropped the percentage, and we have all the proofs here. We were demanding that issue us the census data so that we would know how many voters do we have, how many population do we have, and election is just at the corner. So in about a week, I would say, rather 5 days ago, they have issued the number of voters. And here I would like to emphasize, and we will definitely challenge in the court, that we believe that Christians are in majority, in minority. So Christians are the largest minority in Pakistan. They are present in each and every district of Pakistan. They have contributed a lot in education, And I have no doubt saying that Christians are the ones who have given education to Pakistan. From 47 till 73, all big institutions belong to Christian community. And those who are ruling nowadays, they are all graduated from Christian institutions. But it is unfortunate in 1973, People's Party government, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto, he nationalized all missionary and Christian schools. And now you can see the education level declined, especially in Christians. Because one of the ministers of that era, he said that we have played such a criminal role with Christians, so they will die soon. Because they have taken our education. And once you take education from any nation, you can't expect miracles from that nation. So that is what happened. And now it is very unfortunate that Christians are less educated. They are involved in small menial jobs.
They've been pushed to
They've been
only do menial jobs.
menial
Because
jobs.
actually it's a vicious circle. They're not educated and their children are not educated.
Yes, and that is, and they have put a stigma on Christians, and they call them with bad names, which is against human laws and the human rights, because basic human rights. So coming back to that, they did not issue us the results, and now
Population census
the government is going, a new setup is coming up, and if they give us 5 days before, how could we plan? How could we plan? And if the elections are on July 25th, that means you have got only 45 days to go. That is a criminal offense, I would say. Second, why they did not release data? Because we have been advocating, we have been demanding that increase our seats. Here I would like to give you some figures that in 1985, when we had 8th Amendment in our Constitution during their era, they approved 10 reserved seats and we had separate elections. So Christians, Hindus and other minorities, there are 9 different minorities living in Pakistan. So they used to run for elections, independent elections. And that was the time when they were connected with the community. They were connected, they had grassroots level connections with the community. They knew the problems of the community we faced. And at that time, we had 10 reserve seats. And at that time, the population was 92 million. Now, today we entered into 2018 year. And now the population is over 200 million. Rather, I would say, now the population is over 200 million. So the difference between 85 till to date, it's over 33 years. And in 33 years, we have 125% increase in population. But here I have some statistics here. Let me conclude this one. In 1997, when PMLN was in power, the population was in 1997. I told you about 1985. 97, we had 129 million. So the seats were, the National Assembly House comprised of 217 seats. 202 seats were general Muslim seats, 5 women seats, and 10 minority seats. Now, let's go to 2002 elections, Janaab Pervez Musharraf's. We had about 144 million population. In 97, we had 129, 2002, 144 million. And President Musharraf increased the seats from 217 house to 342. So he has given increase in general seat, 70 more seats increased in general seats, Muslim seats. And he has given 55 seats to the women. But he did not give even a single seat, did not increase even a single seat in the National Assembly. Here comes the 200 for the minority, reserved seat minorities. In 2013, we had population of 18 million, over 18 million. 181 million, sorry, beg your pardon, 181 million. In 2013, we had population 182 million. Here, same house, 334 seats, 272 for general seats, Muslim seats. Now women seats 60, again, no increase, 10 seats. 2018, we have over 200 million population. Same house. Our question is that if you see that the population of Muslims are increasing, how come you can't see that Christians and other minorities also have increased in the population? Over 33 years from 85 till to date, we have about 125% increase. But why you are not giving us seats in the National Assembly, increasing seats in the National Assembly? Now I give you the statistics now. In National Assembly, we have representation 2.9%. In KPK, we have 2% representation. Balochistan and Sindh, we have 5% representation. And in Punjab, which is thickly populated and the largest province in terms of population, has given us 2% seats. So injustices. And the problem is that neither the assembly is listening to us nor the courts. We have gone to High Court. They said your representatives are sitting there, they will actually do these amendments. But neither the parliament listening to us nor the courts, then where shall we go? I just want to learn from the respectable courts and parliament, then please let us know where shall we go for the rights. They say minorities 5%. But why don't you consider us in parliament? Because if you say 5% job quota, okay, fine, People's Party has given a 5% job quota. But now my question is, if you think that minorities are 5%, then give them representation in the parliament, because parliament is the institution which makes law. If we do not have our representation there, then how come we can speak for our rights? Nobody's going to listen us. So 2.9% National Assembly, it should be 5%. 2% in KPK, it should be 5%. Balochistan, Sindh, they're doing fine. Punjab, we need to have 5% quota in Punjab as well. So I talked two things important. One, the census is not correct. We don't accept it because in 1981, this census, Bureau of Statistics, increased Hindu population by 1 million. We believe Christians are the largest minority in Pakistan, not Hindus. I have nothing against Hindus, but I'm talking justice. I'm talking truth. That acknowledge that Christians are in majority, because we are, but there is some lobby behind it.
But why do you think, sir, that they are against the Christian community? Because why are they putting them down? And another question that arises is that when we had the previous census, 97-98, it was the PMLN government. This time again when we had the census, it was the PMLN government, and the figures have not come out right. You as minorities are saying that the figures are not right. There are other people, other segments of the society, they're also crying about the same figures which are not right. So again and again we see that the same government is playing this gruesome game of not giving the right figures, so that the allocated money for different sectors is not allocated as per the population, and the funds that are coming for those benefits are not put into their benefit, and that they can make money right, left and center.
Exactly. And you pointed to right, because PMLN, it is proven, they are tilted towards Indian lobby.
Yes, they've tilted, yeah, there are many.
And to make them happy, they have increased overnight, I would say, the population of Hindus. Whereas Christians, I'm not against Hindu population, because they are our brothers. They are equally honest and patriot for Pakistan.
We're talking about justice.
We are talking about justice, we are talking about numbers.
Yes.
Because Christians are in majority, in minority. But they play dirty game with Christians. And then they say, we give rights? No, they don't. The third point, I talked about census, I talked about seats. One more thing which is important, which is the voice of the voiceless minorities. That in 2002, President Musharraf changed the electoral system. Before we had separate electoral, and we were saying that maybe joint electoral will be more beneficial, because then we would have more the representatives sitting in the parliament speaking on behalf of us. But over 17 years we have seen none of them has raised voice, not even the minority representatives, because they are puppets. They are dummies sitting there. They do not have any vision. They do not have proper qualification to sit as a lawmaker. They are dummies. What we have seen over the years, that in 17 years, I would say, that the roots that the representatives have before have lost. There are many Christians who do not have their identification cards, ID card, national ID cards. If they do not have ID cards, they can't register their votes in the Election Commission. Secondly, they have lost connection with people at the grass, because if they go by reserve seats, they do not care whatsoever. They give it a damn whatsoever. They just please, they just please their masters, they just please their so-called leaders and all that, and they just want their name into be that list, the list of the reserve seats.
And I believe that the political parties must be very happy with these representatives who do not put up any demands, who do not want their communities to prosper. So they are very happy with these people who are mute and dumb and deaf, and they just keep sitting there taking their benefits, going for I think foreign trips, enjoying their life, and
eating the money of the tax.
Minting money of the tax, and money that is supposed to be spent for the benefit of the religious minorities.
And that is, you're very rightly said, political parties want somebody who can give thumb impression and that's it. They do not need people of visionary thoughts. They do not need qualified persons. All they need just a dummy sitting in the parliament, speaking nothing. I've seen 2 female MNAs, Christian MNAs, promoted as parliamentary secretaries because they have spoke nothing, not utter even a single word in the assembly. I can challenge them. And they are promoted because of not opening their mouth.
Yeah, because of their silence. That's the attribute they are.
And I challenge all minority representatives sitting in all provincial and National Assembly and the Senate, come debate with me. I challenge them. I challenge you all. Come and debate and tell what you have done. What you have done for the community. What you have done for the Christian community. You have done nothing. You are just playing with Christians. And this is the time that Christians are united, and we will ask you, we will bring to the justice that what have you done for Christians.
So you tell me that the elections, as you said, are just around the corner, and your demand for election and not selection of these non-Muslim representatives has not been heard, has not been entertained, and you have not received any acknowledgement from the decision makers or the so-called party leaders or people who matter. So what do you think will now happen? How will you go?
Well, we do not have any hope from these parliamentarians. They are not honest. They do not have any care or any respect for their communities, because I'm talking about minority representatives sitting in the parliament. They do not have any contacts, no connection with the community, and community do not own them. What is our plan? What is our way forward now? Pakistan Interfaith League called for a grand alliance, Christians grand alliance, and we have been successful. We have been inviting people, and small and big parties are coming in, and now we have formed a grand alliance, which we introduced on 17th of May this month. Now what we are going to do, we will nominate our candidates for the upcoming elections. In all constituencies, we have got all data with us, in all constituencies where we are in majority, where we have substantial number of voters, we will not let them take Christian votes, especially because they are playing with us, they are doing politics with us, and now it is time that Christians will do politics with them. Because we have been requesting them, demanding them that give us our equal rights. So this is the time that we will prove with our vote that we are loyalists of this country. This country is as dear to us as others. This country belongs to, we consider it as a motherland. Motherland, we will not leave this country, we will fight for our rights, and one day they have to acknowledge our efforts, because we want Pakistan to flourish. We want Pakistan to be known as the country which protects the rights of the minorities. We do not want Pakistan to be in the watch list, because we want to take out Pakistan from this watch list, because we believe that this is our homeland and we have to live here, we have to die here. We will nominate Christians in all constituencies where we have substantial votes, and we will not let them take votes, and Christians are united. We have given call, we are using mass mobilization method, we are reaching out people, we are organizing press conferences, we are organizing jalsas, we are organizing corner meetings, and we will be meeting with their Christian leaders also. We have contacted bishops, the top mainline bishops, and we met with the grassroots level clergy, and they're all on the same page. And this time we will tell them that now Christians are united for their rights.
And what would you say that these selected representatives would still be the same selected representatives within the parties?
Well, it is unfortunate that none of them are interested to raise voice for the voiceless, because this is actually a constitutional amendment. We are talking about constitutional amendment. This has to be done in the assembly, we know it. But the thing is that who will do it? Because those who have been sitting there for 5 years, they have no intention, no vision whatsoever. They are only after their seats, after their benefits, and not for the benefit of the community at large. So this is the time that community would reject them. Community need to reject them, that we do not want our, because you know what, these people, those who are in the queue, they have to take Muslim candidates to their Christian constituencies and all that to get votes. But this time Christians will not give vote to them, and then we will see what happens to them. And one more thing, this Paul Bhatti, whose brother has given his life for the rights of the minorities, what he has done with the community. He was away for 5 years, done nothing in the community, done nothing at the grassroots level, and now he has come back. He applied for the seats. Shame on you, Paul Bhatti, that you have done nothing for your community. You were sitting in Italy, you were sitting abroad. What have you done? What do you think? Are you the leader? You're not the leader. This is unfortunate. They have been gone out, now they come back and they say we are here to serve the community. How would they serve the community?
But wouldn't this be under the dual nationality thing? How can he be working there and coming here and being in the government? What do you think?
Well, this is the questionable. I don't know if he has a dual nationality or not, but the thing is that he was away for 5 years. If he had the vision, if he had the courage, if he had a burden for the community, he should have been living in Pakistan, living with his community, not sitting outside and for the election come back. And I think this time people would reject all these so-called leaders, though they consider that they're not leaders, they're cheaters.
So it's really ironical that the government, who should be bothered that we have been put on the watch list, they are not bothered. They are not making any effort to be congenial towards the minorities and to fulfill their rights as per the basic human rights factor. And it is the minorities who are trying their best to come out of that watch list. So it's really ironical that people who should be thinking about this are not thinking about this at all.
Yeah, you're right, and they are the ones, actually, this government especially and all the stakeholders need to understand that we need to give rights to the minorities and make Pakistan a better place to live.
So sir, thank you very much for your time and your valuable input, and we encourage you in your struggle for attaining the rights of the minorities as per the Constitution of Pakistan, because on behalf of the masses, I would like to say that we are with you, because you are asking for what is already written in the Constitution, which has not been given to you. And we encourage you and we wish you all the best in your endeavors, and thank you very much.
Thank you very much.